This is DD India and you're watching Express News, a program where we bring you top 100 news of the day. I'm Tanvi Taneja. Let's begin. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, along with other parliamentarians, paid tributes to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his birth anniversary on Thursday at the Central Hall of Samvidhan Sadan in the national capital. On the occasion, Prime Minister Modi held a special interaction with school students present there. The Indian Prime Minister noted that Netaji's contribution to India's freedom movement was unparalleled and he epitomized courage and grit. India's President Draupadi Murmu on Thursday paid floral tributes to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose on his birth anniversary, observed as Parakram Divas. India on Thursday commemorates the birth anniversary of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, a revolutionary leader whose relentless struggle against British colonial rule made him a symbol of bravery and nationalism. Indian National Centre for Ocean Information Services, Hyderabad, has been selected for Subhash Chandra Bose Disaster Management Award 2025 for their invaluable contribution and selfless service in the field of disaster management. As India gears up to celebrate its 76th Republic Day on January 26th, a full dress rehearsal for the upcoming Republic Day celebrations took place today from Vijay Chowk to the Red Fort. For the first time, a 350-member contingent from Indonesia, comprising a marching band and a parade unit, will join the Indian Armed Forces to mark this historic occasion. Adding to the pageantry are 31 vibrant tableaus from states, union territories and central ministries, all weaving the theme of Swarnim Bharat, Virasat aur Vikas, or Golden India, that will parade through Kartavya Path. A breathtaking flypast featuring 47 aircraft as jets soar in formation and helicopters paint the sky. The parade will end with balloons rising high, emblazoned with the logo celebrating 75 years of the Indian Constitution. As India's capital, Delhi, gears up for assembly elections on February 5th, 2025, political parties are trying to woo voters. AAP leader and Member of Parliament Raghav Chadha held a roadshow in Delhi's Adarsh Nagar Assembly constituency on Thursday. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also addressed a rally in Delhi. He said that the ruling Aam Aadmi Party has not taken care of basic civic facilities such as roads, sewerage lines and providing water to its residents. India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri will be on a two-day visit to Beijing. He will take part in the meeting of the Foreign Secretary Vice Minister mechanism between India and China. Secretary of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting Sanjay Jaju visited the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj on Thursday, where he met officials from Doordarshan, All India Radio and the Press Information Bureau to review the preparations and visited their exhibitions. India and the United Kingdom sign a renewal of the MOU on health and life sciences. Health Minister JP Nadda reaffirmed India's commitment to global health at the signing of the renewed MOU. Indian naval ship Sarvekshak completes the final phase of the hydrographic survey of Mauritius. During a reception ceremony held on board, a fair sheet of hydrographic survey along with newly prepared nautical charts were handed over to the Grand Commander of the Star and Key of the Indian Ocean. The Indian Army conducted a flood relief exercise in Guwahati, Assam to bolster its preparedness for providing assistance during times of natural calamities, particularly floods, which are common in the region. The mystery surrounding a deadly illness in the Bhadal area of Rajouri district of India's Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir has deepened, with 3 new cases reported on Thursday. To contain the spread of the illness, strict curfews have been enforced and all public and private gatherings have been banned. International Commercial Organic and Millets Mela 2025 is organized by the Department of Agriculture from January 23rd to 25th at the Palace Grounds in the South Indian state of Karnataka. Air India Express will be the first airline to operate from 2 airports in Delhi NCR as it launches its flights to Bengaluru, Goa and Kolkata from Hindon on March 1st, 2025. In business news, at close, the Sensex was up by 115 points to close at 76,520. The Nifty at the National Stock Exchange was also up by 50 points, ending at 23,205. The Indian rupee fell by 12 paise on Thursday to close at 86 rupees 47 paise against the US dollar. Gold futures maturing on February 5th were priced at 79,398 rupees per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for March 5th maturity stood at 90,664 rupees per kilo on the MCX. India's Employees Provident Fund Organisation has reported a significant surge in new memberships, with 14.63 lakh members added in November 2024. This represents a 4.88% growth year-on-year. India's toy industry has expanded to over 100 countries, with exports soaring by 239% from 2014-15 to 2022-23, while toy imports in India saw a 52% decline. In response to differential pricing based on the different models of mobiles, Department of Consumer Affairs has issued notices to major cab aggregators seeking their responses. After discussions with one of TikTok's top officials in Europe, Albanian Prime Minister suggested a change of policy was possible. TikTok was blocked after a 14-year student was killed and another injured in a fight near a school in Tirana. South Sudan ordered internet providers to block social media platforms, including Facebook and TikTok, after clashes in Sudan had killed 29 South Sudanese. At the ongoing World Economic Forum in Switzerland's Davos, speaking at the launch of the Global Energy Transition Forum on Thursday, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said that the world is moving faster than ever on the clean energy transition. At the World Economic Forum, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Ashwini Vaishnav outlined India's 4 strategic economic pillars, from inclusive growth to a focus on technology. Maharashtra has signed a total of 54 MOUs worth $184.7 billion, equivalent to 15.7 lakh crore rupees investment in just 2 days, led by Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Wrapping up his 4 days visit to Washington, D.C., India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar said that both countries are building on the bilateral relations based on the foundations laid in the past. Speaking on resumption of trade with Pakistan, External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said that it was Pakistan that stopped trade with India. External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar met Senator Mark Warner, who is the co-chair of the US Senate India Caucus. Two leaders discussed ways to further strengthen the bilateral partnership. Donald Trump, in his first interview since taking the oath as US President for the second time, criticized the federal government's emergency response agency FEMA, saying all it does is complicate everything. The Republican-led US Congress gave final approval to the immigrant detention bill on Wednesday. The bill will be the first legislation to be signed by Donald Trump in his second tenure as US President. Just 2 days after Donald Trump signed an executive order on immigration, White House said that US military will send 1,500 additional active duty troops to the border with Mexico. Hundreds of migrants now queued outside the government offices in northern Mexico with an aim to seek asylum in the North American nation. The Kremlin has said that it saw nothing new in US President Donald Trump's calls for Russia to end its military offensive in Ukraine, adding that Moscow is ready for a mutually respectful dialogue with him. Germany's Defense Minister Boris Pistorius has urged the United States and Europe to maintain unity in supporting Ukraine and securing a peace deal with Russia. In the United States, a teenager fatally shot a 16-year-old and wounded another before killing himself at a Nashville high school. The 17-year-old shooter opened fire at the cafeteria at the Antioch High School. Fire destroyed 30 houses in the Isla Puting Bato in the Philippines capital, Manila, early Thursday morning and left around 300 people homeless. The Israeli Army's operation on Jenin in West Bank continued for the third day on Thursday with military presence in the area aimed at countering Iranian-backed militant groups. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badre Abdelati met with his British counterpart UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy in Cairo on Thursday. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol appeared before the Constitutional Court for their fourth impeachment hearing on Thursday. His lawyer stated that the short-lived imposition of martial law was intended as a correction and not as full martial law. South Korea's anti-corruption agency that is leading a criminal investigation into impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol's short-lived attempt to declare martial law said on Thursday that it will transfer the case to the prosecutor's office for an indictment. Bangladesh Nationalist Party Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul has criticized the interim government led by Yunus, accusing it of failing to remain neutral on key issues. Pakistan's former Prime Minister Imran Khan called off reconciliatory talks with the government on Thursday, a week after a court handed him a 14-year jail term. We're heading for a short break here on DD India. We'll be back with Express News in just a bit. Stay tuned.
रिटायरमेंट प्लानिंग के लिए तेरा एसआईपी के बारे में क्या ख्याल है?
रिटायरमेंट अभी तो पूरी लाइफ बाकी है यार।
और तुझे नहीं लगता अगर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में अभी से नहीं सोचे तो आगे जाके प्रॉब्लम होगी?
पर रिटायरमेंट के बारे में सोचना क्यों है इतना जरूरी? जब तक आप रिटायर हो जाएंगे महंगाई काफी ज्यादा बढ़ जाएगी और आपकी इनकम वो तो रुक ही जाएगी। इसीलिए आज ही म्यूचुअल फंड्स में एसआईपी शुरू कीजिए और हर महीने थोड़ा थोड़ा करके धन इकट्ठा कीजिए एक कंफर्टेबल रिटायर्ड लाइफ जीने के लिए। अधिक जानकारी के लिए अपने वित्तीय सलाहकार से परामर्श करें। LIC म्यूचुअल फंड द्वारा निवेशक शिक्षा की एक पहल। म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिम के अधीन है। योजना से संबंधित सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Welcome back to Express News on DD India. Let's resume. A new explosive wildfire erupts near Los Angeles, fueled by strong winds and dry bush. The fire has spread rapidly to more than 9,400 acres. The new wildfire in Los Angeles has forced mandatory evacuation orders for over 31,000 people. As a result of the red flag warning, some 1,100 firefighters were deployed around Southern California in anticipation of the fast-moving fires. The historic winter storm brought rare snowfall and freezing temperatures to the southern United States on Wednesday. Officials warned of frostbite and hypothermia due to extremely harsh weather. Extreme cold was also threatening states in the plains and the upper Midwest. Weather officials have predicted dangerously cold temperatures and wind chills across southern areas till Thursday, with widespread frost lasting through the weekend. Frigid temperatures affect eastern two-thirds of the US. Several schools, government offices, besides highways were shut down due to snow and ice. Flight services were also badly affected. Severe cold wave is set to return to North India as Indian weather officials predict rainfall in 8 states. Rains are expected in Delhi, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Haryana, Rajasthan and Jammu and Kashmir till next week. In New Delhi, at least 28 train services were affected due to foggy weather on Thursday. Several flights were also delayed due to the morning fog. The air quality index was logged at 262 at 8 in the morning. India's Prayagraj city, where Mahakumbh is being held, also witnessed dense fog this morning. Thousands of people gathered at the ghats of Sangam to take holy dip at the Triveni Sangam, a sacred confluence of 3 rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. Some parts of West Bengal and Odisha also witnessed dense fog on Thursday. In West Bengal, Saintia Junction railway station and parts of North 24 Parganas were blanketed with thick fog. Death toll rises to 19 following flash floods, landslides in Indonesia's central Java. Hundreds of rescue workers are searching through the mud and debris left by the landslide. Heavy machinery was deployed to clear road access for search teams. About 200 rescue personnel have been sent to help the rescue effort in Indonesia's Java. An earthquake of magnitude 5.9 struck off the central Philippines on Thursday. As per United States Geological Survey, the earthquake had a depth of 25 kilometers off the town of San Francisco in southern Leyte province. According to officials, no casualties were reported due to earthquake in central Philippines. However, huge cracks were observed on the walls of buildings and houses. Summer is at its peak in Brazil's Rio de Janeiro. Residents flock the iconic Ipanema beach to escape the scorching heat wave gripping the city. The government of Sarajevo Canton, one of 10 cantons in Bosnia's federation entity, declared an alert over hazardous air pollution. The city's air quality index hit 320 according to IQ Air data. As per the IQ Air portal, Sarajevo on Wednesday had 47 times more polluted air than the WHO's threshold. It was followed by Dhaka with an air quality index of 261. On the 11th day of Mahakumbh, Prayagraj continues to welcome millions of devotees at Triveni Sangam. The number of devotees who have taken the holy dip so far has crossed 100 million mark, and the figures are expected to climb further. The young generation were also seen enjoying the festival of Mahakumbh as they immersed themselves in the evolving concept of spirituality and divinity. India's popular sand artist Sudarshan Patnaik paid a tribute to Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose through his sand art on his birth anniversary. Sudarshan created a breathtaking sand sculpture at Puri beach in Odisha. He said his creation was a tribute to Netaji's undying patriotism and leadership in India's freedom struggle. Animals at Rio de Janeiro Zoo receive frozen treats to cope with the heat wave in Brazil as summer temperatures exceed 40 degrees Celsius these last days. Frozen treats made a variety of fruits, vegetables and other ingredients suited to each species' dietary needs have become a popular part of the zoo's strategy. A Belgian zoo recently welcomed a heartwarming addition to its animal family with the unveiling of a baby white rhino. White rhinos are listed as near threatened by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The birth of the baby rhino is seen as a hopeful sign for the species as it contributes to the global efforts to preserve them. A charming giant panda cub was treated to a special afternoon tea in South China's Guangzhou. Caretakers prepared an array of festive treats and decorations just for the cub. Born at the Chimlong Safari Park last June, the young cub's official name has yet to be announced. She has been nicknamed Mai Zhu, meaning cute little girl in the local Cantonese dialect. Chinese people held grand celebrations for the traditional Little New Year with festivities blending centuries-old tradition with modern elements. The Spring Festival market was decorated with colorful lights. Visitors were seen enjoying the Ningde Huo Tong Lion dance. The Gulkinch National Equestrian Games Group performed at the International Circus Festival in Monte Carlo, winning the Gold Award and special prizes. The performance captivated the audience. The skill of the artist and the magnificence of the Akalteke horses. Vietnam promotes Mother Goddess worship globally. At the start of each lunar year, Vietnamese people participate in trance ceremonies, highlighting its significance in modern Vietnam's spiritual life. This tradition was recently showcased in the Spring Journey with Ambassadors 2025 program. An artist explored the intersection of AI, robotics and human biofeedback in creative process at the World Economic Forum. The project delves into the future of traditional art forms like mug making, raising questions about how technology will influence human creativity. More than 19,000 young robot enthusiasts from across the world gathered at the 6-day World Robot Contest Finals 2024 in China. The contest had more than 20 major events, 50 minor events and 100 competition groups event. Director David Leitch, known for his work on John Wick and the Fall Guy, is reportedly in negotiations to direct Ocean's 14, a sequel to the 2007 hit Ocean's 13. The film is set to bring back the iconic crew of criminals led by Danny Ocean. Ben Affleck is back on the big screen in the highly anticipated sequel to his 2016 hit action film The Accountant. Amazon MGM Studios unveiled the first look of The Accountant 2, bringing Affleck back in the lead role alongside Jon Bernthal. The Accountant 2 will premiere at the SXSW Film Festival on March 8th before hitting theatres on April 25th. However, not all characters from the first film will be returning, with Anna Kendrick, Jeffrey Tambor, Jean Smart and John Lithgow not reprising their roles. Indian actor Bobby Deol starrer Daku Maharaj's Hindi trailer is out. After a smashing run in the Telugu version, the dubbed Hindi version of the film will release on 24th of Jan this year. On to sporting news now. India secured a convincing 7-wicket win over England in the first of the 5-match T20 series on Wednesday. Rohit Sharma's poor form with the bat continued as he dismissed for just 3 runs on the opening day of the Ranji Trophy at Mumbai on Thursday. Ravindra Jadeja marked a successful return to the Ranji Trophy as he claimed a 5-wicket haul against Delhi in the round 6 match in Rajkot. With bat, Jadeja hit 38 runs off 36 balls. The 5th edition of Khelo India Winter Games has kicked off in style at the Union Territory of Ladakh on Thursday. Surma Hockey Club defeated Delhi SG Pipers by a narrow 2-1 margin in the Men's Hockey India League match in Ranchi on Wednesday. Madison Keys fought back from a set down on Thursday to shock Iga Swiatek and reach her first Australian Open final. Defending champion Arna Sabalenka eased past Paula Badosa 6-4, 6-2 to reach a third successive Australian Open on Thursday. In the Australian Open semi-finals, Novak Djokovic will face Alexander Zverev, while world number 1 Yannick Sinner will take on Ben Shelton on Friday. World chess champion D. Gukesh defeated Vincent Keimer of Germany, bringing his score to 3.5 points at the end of the 5th round of the Tata Steel chess tournament. World champion D. Gukesh has dethroned compatriot Arjun Ergyasi to become the highest ranked Indian in the latest FIDE rankings on Thursday. In badminton, 2-time Olympic medalist PV Sindhu and Paris Olympics semi-finalist Lakshya Sen will lead a 14-member Indian team at the Badminton Asia Mixed Team Championships. Champions League holder Real Madrid got back on track in Europe with a 5-1 victory over Salzburg to ensure that it will not be eliminated at the first hurdle. Paris Saint-Germain stunned Manchester City 4-2 in the Champions League on Wednesday, leaving the English club on the brink of elimination. Feyenoord secured a 3-0 upset win over Bundesliga giants Bayern Munich in the Champions League on Wednesday. And Manchester City on Thursday announced the signing of Eintracht Frankfurt forward Omar Marmoush for $72.6 million as the club step up their rebuild. So that's it in this edition of Express News. Thanks for tuning in. Namaskar.